Welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edupedia. Myself, Assistant Professor Sunil Shah. Today I would be covering up the topic called comparison between the LLP, company and the partnership, which is there in the subject called business law. In the BCom as well as in BAF and in SYBCBI, it is corporate and securities law in the semester 4, and it is covered up in the module 2 as well as in module 1. Coming to the point, that is what you mean by LLP and what you mean by partnership. Partnership, you are aware, it is an association of the person. The minimum number of persons which is required for partnership is 2. In case of LLP, the minimum number of person is also required is 2, whereas the maximum number is unlimited in case of LLP, whereas in case of partnership it is 20. The act which is governed under LLP is LLP Act 2008, and in case of Indian Partnership Act, the act governing is Indian Partnership Act 1932. The third point under the registration part, the registration of LLP is compulsory, whereas in case of partnership, it is optional whether the partnership agreement should be registered or not. It is being created, the LLP has been created by law, and the partnership is created by the agreement between the partners. Regarding the body corporate, LLP is a body corporate. Once the LLP is been formed, it is permanently been formed unless it has been wound up voluntarily by the order of court or by the compulsory dissolution between the LLP. Whereas in case of partnership, it is not a body corporate. The partners is at will whether they want to go for dissolution of the partnership or not. Next point is related to the separate legal entity. The LLP is a separate legal entity. That means once the LLP has been formed, all the properties remains in the form of LLP. Whereas in case of partnership, it is not a separate legal entity. It is merely the association of the person. Hence, it is not a separate legal entity. Regarding the perpetual succession, the term perpetual succession means the company will never die on its own in case of the Companies Act. Now, if you compare with LLP, it has perpetual succession individual, and the individual partners may come and go. So, once the LLP is formed, once the partners may come and go, but the LLP will remain as it is. But in case of partnership, it does not have perpetual succession. Once the partner has expired or once the partner has been moving out, goes by retirement, if the minimum number of partners are going less than 2, then the partnership get dissolved. So it is not a case of perpetual succession. The number of partners in case of LLP is minimum 2 and the maximum is no limit. The new law, according to the Companies Act 2013, whatever the definition is given related to Indian Partnership Act, the minimum number of partners is 2 and the maximum is 50. In case of liability, in case of limited liability partnership, the limited liability, unless until it is a fraud or misconduct of the partners, the liability remains limited in case of LLP. Whereas in case of partnership, the liability remains unlimited. So whenever there is a dissolution, the partner has to pay from his individual asset in case of dissolution of the partnership firm. Whereas in case of LLP, the liability is limited. Now I will be comparing three different the acts, that is Indian Partnership Act, the Companies Act and the LLP Act. Today in this particular 3 or 4 slides which I am explaining you, that is a comparative study of the Partnership Act, LLP Act and the Companies Act. The first is the prevailing law. In case of partnership, it has been covered under Indian Partnership Act, whereas in company it has been covered by the Companies Act 2013, and in LLP it is covered under LLP Act 2008. The Indian Partnership Act is 1932, as old as. The registration in case of partnership is optional, so it is not necessary whenever the partnership agreement has been formed. There is no need of registration, but it may be compulsory in case of Maharashtra, whereas in case of India it is not compulsory. In case of Companies Act 2013, the registration of the company has to be done with the ROC, and for the LLP has to be registered with the register of LLP. It has been created by law, the partnership. Here it's also the company has been also been created by the law, whereas LLP has also been created by the law. Distinct entity, it is not a separate legal entity, as I explained in the earlier slide. The partnership is not a separate legal entity, whereas the company is a separate legal entity. and once the company has been formed, all the transactions should be done in the name of the company. Whereas in case of LLP, it is a separate legal entity under the LLP Act 2008. The next particular point of the comparison is the transfer of ownership. It is not transferable in case of partnership. In case of death, it goes directly to his legal heir. Whereas in case of company, the ownership is easily transferable, that is through the share transfer. The owner sells his own part to the other persons or the other member, that is the shares are easily transferable. In case of LLP, the transfers are governed by LLP agreement. So whatever is mentioned in the LLP agreement, when it has been formed, the transfer of ownership would be possible if it is mentioned in the agreement. DIN means the director identification number, and DPIN is called designated partner identification number. So in partnership, that is not necessary, not needed, that is they should have a director identification number. Whereas according to Companies Act 2013, the director identification number is compulsory, whereas in case of LLP, designated partner identification number is necessary. So students, I like to inform you, in case of LLP, we need have two members minimum. So one of them should be Indian. So he is the person who is taking care of all the day-to-day activities in case of LLP, and he has been designated as DPIN, that is called director designated partner, and he has to obtain his DPIN, that is called director designated partner identification number from the central government. So he is the most responsible person, like the director in case of company. Digital signature is not needed in case of partnership, whereas in company, since e-forms are to be submitted, digital signature is needed. In case of LLP, one of the designated partners should have a digital signature, which has been also issued by the central government. Admission of the partner. Whenever the new partner has been admitted in case of Partnership Act, it should be as per the partnership agreement. So nothing has to be changed. Whatever is mentioned during the partnership agreement, that particular rules has to be followed by the new or admitted partner. If it is not mentioned, if the clause is not mentioned, no need to go further deep into it. Whereas in case of partner, in case of company, the admission of the new partner ceases by selling his shares. So one of the person sells his share, he seizes his right. His rights gets extinguished, and the new member becomes the member of the company, and his right would be in the same as the footstep of the earlier member. Coming to the next particular slide related to transfer of ownership. In case of partnership, there is no transferable. In case of death, or it will be transferred. In case of the death of the partner, it get transferred to the legal heir. In case of company, the ownership is easily transferable by selling his shares. In case of LLP, the transfers are governed by the LLP agreement. Related to DIN and DPIN, DIN is called director identification number, and DPIN is called designated partner identification number. In case of partnership, DIN or DPIN is not needed, because it's a partnership it is a partnership which is gone under the Indian Partnership Act, so that particular statement is not mentioned. Whereas in case of company, since e-forms are being submitted online, and according to the act, all the directors are necessary to take DIN. They have to apply to the central government to obtain the director identification number. Whereas in case of LLP, one of the designated partners should obtain DPIN from the central government and in consultation with the ROC. The digital signature is mandatory in case of company, since e-forms are to be submitted digitally to the ROC, whereas in case of LLP also, at least one of the designated partner should have a digital signature. But in case of partnership, there is no need of obtaining digital signature. Coming to the point of admission of a new partner, in case of partnership, it is as per the partnership agreement. So whenever a new partner has been admitted into the partnership firm, it has to take the consent from all the partners. If one of the partners says no, then the new partner cannot be admitted. Whereas in case of company, if the old member, his right ceases once he sells his shares to the other partner. So the new member comes into the footstep of the old member when there is a share transfer. Whereas in case of LLP, the new partner can be taking into the LLP agreement by giving the notice to the other partners that he wants to get admitted into the LLP. The next per category, like to explain related to the foreign participation. In case of Indian Partnership Act, the foreigners cannot be a partner, whereas in case of company, the foreign participation can be members in the company. The foreigners, the foreign nationals can be member of the company, whereas in case of LLP, it can be a partner as per the LLP agreement. So the main difference is that in case of partnership, the foreigners, the foreign nationals are not allowed, whereas in company, it can be a member by the Companies Act, and they can be partners as per the LLP agreement, but minimum number of days stay in India should be not less than 182 days. So NRI can be also a partner in case of LLP. He can also become a director in case of LLP. The number of members, the main point difference between the partnership, company and LLP is that minimum number of 2 and maximum numbers of 50 are required in case of Indian Partnership Act. In company, minimum number of 2 and maximum number of 50 in case of private limited company, and minimum number of 7 and maximum, there is no limit in case of public limited company. Whereas in LLP, as you see, minimum number of the partners should be 2 and maximum is no limit in case of LLP. The rights and duties and obligations, which are the rules which are governing in case of partnership, it is governed according to the partnership deed. So whenever many people, that is minimum 2 or maximum 50, wants to form a partnership agreement, they should discuss the rights, duties and the obligation initially, and they should draft whatever is they needed in the partnership, and the partnership act, the partnership deed has to be registered. So rights, duties and obligation has to be mentioned and has to be obeyed by all the partners. Whereas in case of company, it is governed according to AOA, that is called Article of Association, and the resolution, if new rights or new duties has to be performed, it is to be passed by the resolution by the shareholders or by the directors in their appropriate meetings. Whereas in case of LLP, it is governed by LLP agreement, the rights, duties and the obligation. Related to the liability, there is unlimited liability in case of partnership, and all of them are jointly and severally liable in case of any unseen circumstances which is happening under the Partnership Act. Whereas in case of company, the liability is limited to the extent of unpaid share capital of all the members. Whereas in case of LLP, the liability is limited to the extent of contribution towards the LLP unless there is a fraud committed or misconduct committed by any of the partners in case of LLP. Coming to the perpetual succession, once one of the partners died or becomes insolvent or becomes bankrupt, then the partnership gets dissolved. So there is no such case of perpetual succession. Whereas in case of company, the company has a perpetual succession, that the members may come and go, but the company will be there in the records unless it is been wound up voluntary or by the order of the court. Whereas in case of LLP also, it is a perpetual succession and the partners may go and come. So students, in case of LLP, we always write a word called partners. In case of company, we write a word called members. In case of partners, we write a word called partners. The charter document, in case of partnership, it is a partnership deed is called the charter document, the main heart of the company, that is the partnership deed. Whereas in case of company, the memorandum of association is called the charter document, the main crux of the company in which it has been formed. Whereas in case of LLP, the LLP agreement shows the rights and duties of the partners, hence it is called the main charter of the LLP agreement. Regarding the common seal, so in partnership there is no concept of common seal, whereas in company it denotes the signature of the company, hence it is mandatory to obtain a common seal. A common seal has been engraved by that particular company. Whereas in case of LLP, it denotes the signature of LLP, so the common seal is mandatory in case of LLP. Regarding the legal proceedings, once it is registered, the partnership can sue the third party. So in case of company, the company can be sued or it can be sued. That means a company can file a case, and or if any of the employee or the third party wants to file the case, it should be filed in the name of the company itself. The same thing applies for the LLP. The LLP can sue and can be sued. That means they can file the case, or anyone can file the case in the name of LLP or in the name of the company. Students, this was a short comparative studies between the partnership, company and the LLP. Thank you from my side.